Cornwall is eyed with suspicion and viewed as a foreigner. I have lived among them now for 8 of my 23 years, yet I still don't belong, and doubt I shall ever belong anywhere again. Standing on a rock, wind tugging at my bonnet, I wonder once more, am I flotsam or jetsam? Chapter 1. From the West Briton, November 1811. On Monday last, the brigantine Star of Dundee was wrecked near Padstow. Her crew of 5 took to their boat, which soon upset, and melancholy to relate, they were all drowned. "Laura!" 21-year-old Eseld called from the coastal path above the beach. "Mum is angry and bids you come. You left something foul in Wenner's best pot again." Laura's stomach sank. How could she have forgotten? She called back. "I was soaking a leather purse I found. Could be saved with proper care. The only good purse is a full purse to Mum. You know that. Come on. I don't want her angry with me as well." Laura sighed and picked up her basket. "Coming." As they trudged up the steep footpath to Fernhaven, Eseld said, "I don't know why you come down here every day. It would be one thing if you found gold or valuables we could sell." Laura didn't remind Eseld that she had sold several things to the antique and curiosity dealer in Padstow. She'd not earned a fortune, but had contributed to her upkeep and began saving for a voyage she dreamed of taking one day. Before selling anything, however, Laura felt duty-bound to wait the prescribed year and a day, in case the owners might come forward to claim their property. Eseld always shook her head at the precaution, parroting the local saying, "What the custom and excise men don't know won't hurt 'em." Even Uncle Matthew, a kindly parson, saw nothing wrong in helping himself to anything that washed ashore near Fernhaven. "'Tis God's bounty, my girl. It isn't as though we're stealing," he'd say. "The crates and barrels come to us, gifts from the giver of all good gifts." Between treacherous Trevose Head, Stepper Point, the Doom Bar, and the rocks off their own Greenaway beach, wrecks were a common occurrence, claiming many ships and many more lives. In fact, from Trebetherick Point near their home, Laura could look down onto the rocks and see the remains of more than one shipwreck, the wooden pieces half buried in the sand like carcasses, the spine and ribs of giant ancient birds. Many local dwellings and outbuildings had been built of salvaged ship timbers. Reaching Fernhaven, a 2-story whitewashed house with a slate roof and dormer windows, they passed through the gate, also built from salvaged timbers, and climbed the few steps to its covered porch. "Wipe your feet," Eseld admonished, sounding very much like her imperious mother as she did so. Laura obliged, wiping the worst of the sand and seaweed from her worn half-boots. As they paused, voices from within reached them. Eseld's mother, Mrs. Bray, said, "Thank you for the kind invitation, Mr. Kent. Mr. Bray and I, and Miss Eseld, will happily join you for dinner." A lower, masculine voice said something that included her name. "No, I don't think Laura will wish to come," Mrs. Bray replied. "She doesn't like family occasions, not being one of us. And I believe she has a cold coming on. Best to leave her home, especially as the weather has turned decidedly chilly." Eseld rolled her eyes, gave Laura an impish grin, and pushed open the door with a bang. "We're home, ma'am dear." She winked at Laura and sallied into the modest parlour, where Mrs. Bray...